Hello, Happy New Year. Welcome to the Worst Book Company YouTube channel entering into 2025. I hope you've had a great Christmas and entered 2025 with hope, with excitement, with expectation, regardless of what 2024 felt like, looked like. It's an opportunity to start fresh. And even though it is literally just like, oh, yesterday we were December and today we're January, it is an opportunity to mentally just reset. And even though we can do that on the 1st of Jan, we can also do that throughout the year. So we all know that. But let's just take these opportunities to be able to do it. So this is the 4th video I've posted on this channel. I didn't wait till the 1st of January. I posted 3 videos ago and I'm proud of myself for doing that because I think it's just a demonstration of the fact that we can always reset. We can always start. We don't have to wait for a specific date. But the new year is a time when many of us are setting New Year's resolutions. We're setting goals, things we'd like to achieve, things we'd like to do, the way we'd like to be, things we'd like to change. Like, it can get overwhelming at times. And if you are looking for change, if you are looking for improvement, if you're looking for progress, there is so much content, so much information out there that it can feel like I don't even know where to start. Now, the first thing I will say at the beginning of this new year, and I say it to myself all the time, is to trust the spirit in you. Trust that you have all the answers within you already. Trust that anything that you need that is out external to yourself will come to you and will be attracted to you. And on this channel, I really want it to be a place where I can just be myself. Because I believe that when we are ourselves, that is when we have the greatest impact in the world, on people, and even just in our own sense of self-expression. Now, in today's video, I wanted to say Happy New Year, but I also wanted to talk about strategy. That this is a new year, but it's also the same strategy. That was the sort of caption I put on the thumbnail of this video, because I think it really encompasses what I want to talk about. The worst book I'll ever write was ultimately a strategy for writing a book. That's what I wrote it for. It was a challenge to write a book in 5 days, and I did it. And I came up with this strategy. What I discovered after writing and publishing this book was that other people found that they could apply the same strategy to other areas of their life, of their business, of creative stuff. And I also then used it to do other things as well. Now, at a time when we're thinking about, okay, what strategy am I going to use to achieve my goals? What strategy am I going to use to actually make the change I want to see in my life? This is just one that I've used for myself and other people have used. It may not be something you want to do, but I'm going to share it anyway, because this is what came out of the worst book I'll ever write and what actually spoke back to me and gave me a strategy to use going forward. Now, I would say that this strategy is really about getting things done. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you're not going to make improvements or that you don't revisit it and, change it here and there and do different things with it. But it is just about getting started and getting something actually done. And I'm going to use this video as an example. So, as an overview, the strategy is very simple. If you've read the book, you know this already. If you haven't, I'm just giving you a little bit of insight. Number 1, the first step is you have an idea, okay? So I had the idea to write this book. Number 2 is you write an outline. What are the things I want to cover in this book? Literally bullet points. Third, just sit down and write, okay? Just write whatever comes to your mind, however it comes out, just get it out of you. And then the 4th step is just publish it. Just put it together. There you go. You got a book. It's done. And then you can repeat it. You go back, you look at it, you rejig it, you do what you need to do. And you can do it over and over again, whether that's through the same book, whether it's writing other books. So that's what I ultimately was saying. But what it became is really like a strategy for getting anything done. If you have an idea about something you want to do, you've got that idea. Okay, what is the outline? What does it look like in like the bigger picture? And then let's just do it. Let's just not sit down overthinking things. Let's just get up and get things done. And then put it out there. Like, just put it out there and see what happens, because it's actually about getting it out of you. And then you just repeat. You can review, you can improve, you can change, you can scrap it if you want to, but you've already put something down. You've got something done. And that's ultimately what I think a lot of us, I know myself, struggle with, is I have so many ideas that I overthink things so much that nothing actually comes out of me and is expressed outside publicly, out there. It's all just like in my mind. So with this video, okay, this is a little story time. So I landed back from my flight this morning. Well, it was this afternoon actually, because we were delayed. So I landed back. It's landing day. On landing day, I don't usually do anything, but I knew that I wanted to be consistent with doing these videos this year. I wanted to make sure that on Sundays I would publish and upload a video. I was having lots of different thoughts and ideas from I was even on my trip, and I got home and I was just like, okay, I had my nap, and then I thought, okay, I've got my dressing gown on, I've got my pajamas on, I've got to go and get ready. If I'm going to sit down in front of a camera, how am I going to do my hair? I have to know like what I'm going to say. It's quite a lot. Maybe I'll just like not do it. Maybe I'll just do it tomorrow. We'll put it off, we'll do it tomorrow. And then it just came back to me what I actually wanted to talk about, which was around the strategy that was in The Worst Book I'll Ever Write. Because ultimately that's the essence. Well, it's not the essence really, because the essence was what was in me needing to get out. But that was it. It was, this is the strategy that looks like it's about writing a book, but it's actually not just about writing a book. It's about how you get things done, how you live life. And I thought, I've got to lead by example. So I want to talk about this strategy, but I actually want to show you what it looks like. So what I did is I got up, I said, you know what? I'm going to do this video. I'm going to do this video in my dressing gown. I'm not going to worry about having to do my hair. I'm going to tell you that I've just come back from a trip. It is landing day. I've just woken up from my nap. Well, not just, probably a few hours ago. And, you know, it's dark outside. So I had to think about, okay, where am I going to actually sit so that there is some light? I had to think about all these things. But my ultimate idea that I wanted to share with you was around the strategy that I spoke about in The Worst Book I'll Ever Write. The outline, I can show you right now. I literally wrote it in bullet points there, and I've got it sitting right beside me here. So I wrote all of those things down. And I thought, okay, right now I need to think about what I'm going to say under all those points. And I thought, no, because the actual, what I would call writing in my book, is the doing, is the action. It's the turning on the camera, sitting down here and just talking, because that then opens the door for me to just allow whatever's in me to flow. I have an outline, but I'm not following a script. I'm literally just sitting here and allowing myself to share with you what's on my heart, what's real. And that's just how it comes out. If it comes out in a way that isn't perfect, that's okay. Because ultimately, when I finish, I'm going to upload it, in my strategy, which is publish, upload it, publish it. It's out there, it's done. I didn't wait till tomorrow, when I may have waited then till the next day and the next day and the next day, and then been upset with myself because I said I wanted to do this every week and I didn't. I actually got it done. Now, hopefully, I would hope that my dressing gown doesn't put you off from what I'm actually saying, because that's the message. You know, that is the message, that whatever it is you want to do, just get this strategy going and just start and do something. Get it done. So On that note, I'm going to look at my next point, which is, like I said, evidence. This, just like my book was evidence that you could write and publish a book in 5 days, this video is evidence that you can do anything you want to do. It doesn't have to be 5 days. It can just be whatever it is you're setting your mind to do. Just start, just get one step going. And it gives you this forward motion. It makes you think, oh, I've done that. Now I can do this. You know, once I've done this video, I'm like, oh, I can just do a video. Like, so next week, just do a video. And actually, the week after that, just do a video. Actually, the strategy does work. What is the idea? What is the outline? Sit down, Annie, talk. Get it out of you. Upload it. Keep it simple, sweetheart. That is my motto. And that is what I am bringing to the Worst Book Company. Is what I wrote about in The Worst Book I'll Ever Write. It's the reason why I wrote The Worst Book I'll Ever Write. Is because it's like, let's just get rid of all this fluff. I am the author of The Worst Book I'll Ever Write, and the thing I didn't want was fluff in my book. I just wanted it to be simple. I wanted to be able to get a message across in the simplest way. Yes, I'm fortunate that I can write, but it was just what it is, right? So, yeah. So that's what I wanted to come on here and say today. It's not the 1st of January. It is the 6th of January today. And I just want to ask you, what is it that you want to get done this year? What are your goals? What are the things you want to change? They may seem really big. They may seem like mountains, but what is that one small step that you can take? I would love to have a year where I'm just consistent in posting videos, where I'm just talking about the worst book I'll ever write, the things that are in it, about being an author, about the changing career paths. I've told you all of this already. That's what I would like to do. But it starts with this one video. It starts with this one landing day where instead of saying, I'm going to do it tomorrow because I'm in my dressing gown or I haven't got, you know, the right lighting or all these things, I just say, well, look, here I am. I'm just saying what I need to say and what I want to say. And we keep it moving. We keep moving in a forward direction. So what is it that you want to do? What is the baby step that you can take? What is the thing that you can do that may not be perfect, but will lead you in the direction of walking up that mountain to get to where it is you ultimately want to look back and go, oh, look what I did this year. Because this is something that I have learned to do with my life in general, okay, is what is the experience you want to have in your everyday, rather than what is this big experiential goal that you want to live. Does that make sense to you? In that, okay, I'd love for people to enjoy listening to these videos. I would love for people to leave with inspiration, with encouragement, with empowerment, to actually go and live a life that reflects who they really are, who you really are, rather than who the world, the culture, or the church says that you should be. That's what I would like, right? That's the mountaintop for me, is for you to feel that way. However, along the way, I also want to experience being present and speaking to inspire, encourage, and empower you. So if I get to the end of the year and people are loving and are making moves in their lives based on the things that I talk about and the things that I share, that is the pinnacle, ultimate goal, right? But if I'm showing up consistently, if I'm speaking and sharing about the worst book I'll ever write and trying my best based on what's inside of me to inspire, encourage, and empower you, and I get to the end of that year and it doesn't look how I think it will look, I'll also feel like I've achieved what I set out to achieve, because along the way I have been committed and demonstrated something in my own, I guess, character to be able to do this. So I hope that makes sense. I mean, this is what I talk about in my book. Things may not make sense when I talk, just let you know that. But this is not just about the end goal. This is about what are the steps that we take that we can live every single day fully. Because ultimately, tomorrow is not guaranteed. So what are you doing today that you can say, I expressed a little part of me, and it doesn't have to be public, but I did something that was good for me. I looked after myself. I had a great meal. I worked out and I enjoyed it. Not because I had to, but because I actually wanted to, and I enjoyed what I was doing. I did a video. I started writing. I went and saw that family member. I spent time with the people that I love and care about. Like, what are we doing on a day-to-day basis throughout this year? Because that's ultimately what is most important, right? So think about it. What do you want to achieve this year? What is your big goal? But what are the things that you want to actually be doing day to day? The things that you want to experience along the way to actually make 2025 a life that feels full, but also feels meaningful to you, not to anyone else, but meaningful to you, that you can get to the end of the year and go, do you know what? I lived that year. I lived it. I did me in 2025. So I'm going to hop off now. But I hope that that has inspired, encouraged, and empowered you to go and think about what it is you want to be doing in 2025. Until next time, have a good one.